Okay, question 1b. We're going to kick off and carry on straight. This is where we started before. And we're going to scroll down and say we've got y equals minus 2x squared plus 18. Feel free to pause. I'm going to go through it maybe fairly quickly, but hopefully clearly as well. What type of function is this? We see the x squared. We know already that it's a parabola. We see the minus 2 in front, minus 2x squared. So it's not going to be a happy parabola, but it's going to be a sad parabola, poor parabola that's being called sad, but we know that it's going to go down like that. And we know that the plus 18 is going to move the whole thing up by 18, so it's going to be up there. So already we have a sense that if we drew our Cartesian plane, it's going to look something like that. We have quite a nice picture of what it's going to look like. Okay, so let's draw in our Cartesian plane, and there's probably a way of doing this a bit better, but let's say that we draw in an axis there, and I think the other one was about there, so let's do it like that. Okay, maybe I'll just freehand draw them. We've got an x-axis, we've got a y, that carries on, cool. And don't be put out by these dots. There we go. Okay, so there's our set of axes. It's a parabola. As I said, we already know that it's going to look like this. And you don't have to put little check marks for every one. Notice that in the previous question, we just put in the important points and then draw a very straight line. So for this one, how do we find the y-intercept? Well, for any function, we go y equals, we know it's minus 2x squared plus 18 is what we're given. What's the x value for our y-intercept? Well, it's 0. So let's substitute it in. Minus 2, 0 squared plus 18. So it's 18, therefore in full coordinate form, when x is 0, y is 18. So we know that that point up there is going to be 0, 18. We already know that it's going to look like this. It's the only graph we're drawing here. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and draw my wonky parabola. And I'm going to label it y equals minus 2x squared plus 18. And let's hope that our algebra matches up and we can get these 2 points. These are x-intercepts. So we already know something quite important about them. The y value is 0. So that's 0 and that's 0. In other words, if y equals minus 2x squared plus 18, well, the y value is 0, and we're trying to find what the x value is. Okay, one equation we solve. There's a negative, so I'm going to say let's add 2x squared to both sides, and we're going to have 2x squared equals 18. Divide both sides by 2. X squared equals 9. There are two solutions to this. What when you square it gives you 9? Well, x could be negative 3 or x could be positive 3. You could factorize it. I'm just going to stick with what do you square? You get negative. So therefore, our two x-intercepts are, well, the y value is 0. It was minus 3, 0 or 3, 0. And let's most importantly put it into our graph. There we go. Beautiful. Just all on our graph, all our logic so nicely done. So that's question B. And can you see it's kind of the same process all the time. So yeah, without further ado, let's pause this one. Let's head on to question C.